Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another race for the BfBB No SBA Invitational, hosted by GSA. We have Tower versus Ringo today. I'm Jared's Giants, and on commentary with me is Curtis.
What's up, guys?
We're going to be getting things ready to roll here in a second. I think this is going to be a good one. This should be good.
Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be a good one. So this is currently losers quarterfinals. And the winner of this will go on to play Pixel and losers semis.
And then the winner of that match, I believe, is going to play Jack.
Yeah.
Jack is currently sitting in losers finals, and Univa is currently sitting in the grand finals. So a few more matches here before we wrap things up at the tournament. But yeah, both of these guys who are racing right now actually have a good chance of being able to make a losers bracket run. It's definitely possible.
These guys are definitely really good at this. Tower's had some pretty solid races so far. Tower's been getting some pretty good times recently outside of races.
Yeah, Tower's actually brought himself up to 4th now. He has the only other 57 besides me right now. So he is definitely a top competitor for the whole entire tournament. Definitely a favorite to possibly take the whole thing.
Ringo's been playing as long as anybody, so he's got just as good of a chance of winning this.
Yeah, Ringo's got some really good race experience just from past years doing little races. So yeah, I think this is probably overall going to be pretty even. It's just going to come down to who makes more mistakes because both runners are super consistent with things.
Yeah. Any missed tricks are certainly going to be big, but also little movement errors are going to be huge because these guys have had a lot of experience and have definitely perfected their movement from how long they've played.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so coming up to hammer skip, I don't think Tower's been doing very many safe strats so far. I mean, I'd expect both of them to take the checkpoint, but I'm not sure if he's been doing the batch setup that Jack sort of popularized in the race format.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really see a lot of people do that, to be honest. I don't know why. I mean, it seems pretty useful for a race.
Yeah, it seems pretty consistent. It's like both of them gonna get the checkpoint.
All right, yeah, that's good.
Both of them have learned from... Ooh, Tower getting the one. I'm not sure if that worked for Ringo. Okay, It did.
Nice. All right, so both runners having no problem with hammer skip. That's good. But since they grabbed the checkpoint, it wouldn't have been as detrimental as if they would have failed it and not grabbed. So
yeah,
Tower saving few seconds off of not getting the death warp.
Yeah, little safe strats like getting the checkpoint. It's like you can opt to not do them, but it's like in this kind of environment, like taking the second or however long it is to grab it versus like how much time you would lose if you missed the trick and had to go all the way back. It's definitely worth it to do that. All right, both of these runners I would assume do Pat's hammer. Maybe actually, yeah, I assume both of them are gonna go for it.
I'm not sure. I don't think Ringo's actually gonna go for it.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, I didn't think.
Gonna do normal duel on the skip. Tower gets Pat's hammer first try, so he's gonna save a little bit of time over Ringo. But yeah, dilemma skip. Oh,
spun just a tiny bit late there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, the trick is generally more consistent than Pat's hammer. There's just some small inconsistencies that you see from people with their setups that make it a little bit. So Ringo was already going to be a little bit behind just because of the difference in tricks, but that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's about 30 seconds behind right now, so it's not as bad as it could be.
Ooh, that's an interesting thing that happened.
I don't think he meant to do that. I don't think he meant to enter Squid's house right there. That might have been a mistake.
I don't know. I've seen Cullen do that in no reset runs, where if he misses Squid's house, he just walks into it, annoys Squidward early, just so he doesn't lose too much time. It's more of like damage control, but I don't know if Ringo did it intentionally.
Yeah, so there's gonna be just another like extra 25 seconds of time that Tower's gonna have to take later that Ringo's gonna be behind for right now. But definitely shouldn't be a problem. I think Ringo can come back. Tower's just gonna have to make some mistakes. But it's
Yeah,
possible, obviously.
he can easily come back throughout the rest of the run. So it's gonna look like there's a bigger deficit than there actually is for a little bit here until about the end of downtown. But Ringo is still a little bit behind. Just factoring that out.
Ooh, good save. Okay. He almost jumped off the statue right there. Would have lost just a few seconds, but
Yeah, it's really dumb when that happens. It's like you just expect to land on it. It's just a huge pain when you don't land on it.
yeah,
or
sometimes
whatever.
it's just something you don't even think about. You're just so used to doing it that you kind of rush it and you're like, oh, this is no problem. Then you might overshoot it a little bit. Either way, Tower is looking good. Streets right now. We'll see how Ringo does. Fast Street's not really a problem, obviously.
Yeah, both of these guys have been doing fast streets for a while. They've got that hot sauce skip. They've got the optimized movement. The Tower about to enter C Needle. I mean, we always say that these guys are really consistent at it, but I mean, anything can happen in this level. The hitboxes and the tikis are really weird and can lead to unfortunate mishaps with the cycles. So let's see how it goes for Tower. Oh, that's not good.
All right, yeah, he's gonna be maybe a little bit off cycle here.
He could like opt to skip. Okay, he's not gonna. He could have like opted to skip the Tartar bot and see if he still would have made the cycle, but he's probably just not used to going for something like that. This is a good backup though. I mean, with some good movement, he might still make the cycle for the.
Yeah, he's gonna have to hurry. There's gonna have to be like no haste here. It's definitely.
Okay. He's playing it safe. He doesn't want to rush the Chuck manip.
Yeah, the waiting for the Chuck right there is gonna throw him a little bit off. He might be able to still recover though. He might actually know what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's just making the best of a bad situation right there. He probably kind of accepted that like he didn't really want to die trying to go fast. It's just gonna take some time loss in the cycle. Okay. I imagine he probably lost like seconds from that. Maybe.
Yeah, it's probably something around there. So. Oh, Ringo actually missed one of the tikis too.
That wasn't too terrible though. I think he should still be fine. Like he got it on the way back up. Oh, that getting hit by the robot might have screwed it up. Ringo's Chuck manip kind of scares me. He just kind of like stops and makes a hard turn as the missile's coming.
It's really sketchy. All right, Ringo. Oh, he's just a tiny bit off cycle. I think if he wouldn't have gotten hit by the robot, he would have been fine.
Yeah, the little dog robot just kind of messing him up because it's RNG where the robots spawn. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think we've all done that one a couple of times before.
Yeah, I think honestly both runners probably lost an equal amount of time right there, so it probably just evened right back out. Tower might have lost a tiny bit more, so Ringo might not be as far behind as before, but
yeah, factoring in that Tower. Yeah, factoring in that Tower still needs to go inside Squid's house. It's probably still about like a 15-second difference, I'd imagine.
Yeah, definitely nothing as crucial as it was a few minutes ago. So Ringo's making up some time. I think Ringo has really good movement, which is another thing that's going to help him. Just the way that he, has experience with cutting corners and doing certain things that are just a little faster, just from how long he's been playing. He might be able to make up some time. I know Tower does have really, really good movement, though. Obviously, he has a very optimized time.
Tower missed the fast button slam at the start of Rooftops, so he probably isn't going to make the same cycle that he normally would here. But I mean, people are used to getting a result like that here. Oh, he's still gonna make a good cycle, but the cycle with the wheel on the moving platforms towards the end might be different for him. Let's see how Ringo does get the fast button press, so he should be on cycle. Yeah, rooftops is definitely one of those areas where you can see just how far good consistent movement can go. This guy
Yeah,
is
for sure.
going straight through here, not really too many difficulties most of the time. I always get so freaked out watching people's chuck manip at the end of it. It's like some people try to be like really weird with it to try and save like frames and stuff. It just looks.
Yeah, I know a lot of the top players will kind of just flick their control stick in the direction just for like a split second and then keep going straight. I actually haven't seen anybody get sniped by that chuck in a really long time though, so
Yeah, that's not generally something that happens. I mean, the majority of the time I see people play it safe, but I mean, there are a couple runners that do try to save time with, but yeah, it's not generally something you see. I mean, getting hit by the chuck, not generally something you see. I don't know if I was clear.
yeah.
Ooh, tower missing the duplicator. It's a tiny bit of time loss, but that's the one where, like, unfortunately, and no more robots could spawn because all the ones from that one. So it was just having to go back up and hit it again. Alright, so this is about where the time loss should even out between the two because tower is going to go inside Squid's house here. Ringo got an extra robot spawn. Lost him a few seconds. Oh, he's going to get another one.
Another one.
See, Lighthouse is one of those areas where, like, when things go wrong, it seems like multiple things in a row start to go wrong all the time. It's just really weird how that works.
Yeah, Lighthouse is kind of a rubber band, so to speak. One thing goes wrong and it snaps back and causes another thing, and it can be really bad. If you miss just one little thing, sometimes your timing can be off, and then it'll cause another robot to spawn on the next level, or maybe you're in the wrong position for falling down to the next level, you know, stuff like that. But
yeah, there's a lot of small stuff that can happen.
Yeah, they're both past it, so this is looking like it's about the same amount of time of a difference as they were leaving Jellyfish Field, so I don't think either runner really gained or lost time to the other one. Nothing detrimental anyways.
Tower getting a first try one frame for the ooh, that was a really fast setup. Let's see if it works for him. Oh, it's unfortunate. So early Towers Glide has a less strict setup requirement, as in like there's a lot more consistency and a lot more angles that seem to work for people. But rushing your setup with sponge glides is always a little scary. Tower misses the bash. This bash is always a little sketchy.
Ringo can make up some time here if he has a fast setup. His Tower's having some trouble here on the boxes.
Having a little bit of difficulty with the one frame sock. I don't know what's going on with Tower right now. Does he miss time? Okay, he gets it that time. Ooh, Ringo misses it as well.
Ringo's having some trouble on the other side over here. He's
gonna get it this time though.
All right, so yeah, this is actually a little bit closer. If Ringo can get this bash over to the other side quick enough, he can save actually a pretty decent chunk of time.
Yeah, Tower definitely gave him a little bit of an opportunity to catch up.
Yep, and he did capitalize first try for that. So this is a tiny bit closer than what it was.
He takes his time on the sponge glide into the loading zone. I've seen a lot of people who have been implementing early towers glide. Like, a lot of people just seem to be having more trouble than usual with that second glide. I don't know why.
I think most of the practice just kind of gets emphasized on the box bash and the actual glide itself.
Yeah.
All right, good double by Ringo. Tower is about to do tower climb. I assume he's probably not going to have any trouble with it.
So Tower missed the stack of about 100 shiny objects on the slide, so he's going to have to make that up a little bit later. Lose like a second or two to bowl another stack. Second try tower climb. It's good for him. Let's see how it goes for Ringo. And Tower went all the way up the flags like a man. Let's see what Ringo's. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
These flags have such weird hitboxes. It's really weird that you can walk on them at all, to be honest. Oh, he does a really weird setup. I don't know how long he's, but he didn't get any ledge grabs, so it's all right.
Yeah, that worked. That worked good actually. So yeah, again, this is about they're playing about dead even. If Ringo didn't make that tiny mistake with dilemma skip earlier, this would be pretty close.
Yeah. Still got a lot of run to go though, so he can definitely bring it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it should be a little bit autopilot from now until about the end of Poseidon. Did Ringo miss? What is going on? Did he miss the cutscene skip? What happened with the cutscene?
Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't even looking. I was looking at Tower side. That was kind of weird.
Did he like? I didn't even see the tent the second time around. That was really weird. I don't know. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, Tower entering beside him. You don't typically see a lot of people losing a lot of time.
Looks like the robots left itself vulnerable. Great barrier reef.
Wait, it looks like Ringo got the cutscene skip the first try and then went back and threw another Thunder Tiki and the cutscene played.
Oh, did he think he missed it?
I guess so. I don't know why the cutscene would have played.
The robot better change tactics and fast.
Yeah, he must have thought he missed it the first.
Everyone's favorite part of the run, Poseidon. We love this.
The old clothesline move. The robot's losing its head. What a shocking takedown by Patrick.
Alright, so not a whole lot going on here. It's a pretty good point to see like the time difference between the two. Just because the phases are really organized and it's really obvious to see differences. But at this point, I'd like to mention that PACE 2019 is in just under 2 months. It's going to be April 25th through at the same venue as Xanadu Games. It's going to feature games like Mario Odyssey Any Percent League. It's going to feature the Celeste Any Percent League, and it's going to feature the Super Mario 64 70-Star League, and it's going to some high-level tournament matches and the finals for most of those. And it's also going to
feature this game, yeah. I think that might be what you were going to say.
Yeah, it's going to feature a 100% run of this game. I think 100%'s definitely developed a lot more in the past couple of months because of the development of SBA and the routes around it. It's definitely changed that category a lot from what it used to be. So I really love watching it run, and I hope a lot of people enjoy it when it happens.
Yeah, Pace is going to be sick. I want people to go to that. You guys should definitely sign up.
Yeah, if it wasn't in the middle of the semester, I would love to go to that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably do have issues like classes and stuff like that, but hey, it's over a weekend, so if you got a weekend free, I think you can maybe miss a day for classes. Come to Pace. Just come to Pace. It's going to be good.
Alright, Tower wrapping up beside him. That was a 20-47 for him. So it was alright considering the C needle and a little bit of time loss in there. Ringo is also going to be wrapping it up in a little bit here. Alright, that was some alright RNG in the tree dome for Tower. Now we're coming up to SpongeBob storage. I don't generally see any high level runners messing this up nowadays. Pretty free trick.
Alright, we're looking at like around a 50-second difference between the two. I think Ringo finished at around 21-42 or 43.
The Tower opted to bowl the stack behind Shady Shoals. If my memory's correct, I don't think he's been doing that in his other runs. So that might be to make up for the stack that he missed in Glugan. Or maybe he just does it, and I'm misremembering, but either way.
Yeah, Ringo's shiny count is actually pretty far ahead right now. He's actually got probably like 200 more than he should.
Yeah, part of that is because I'm pretty sure he got the stack in Gulagoon on the slide, and also because he had some extra robot spots. The lighthouse, some unintentional ones, but they gave him some free shinies. Ringo's also going to bowl the stack behind Shady Shoals, so it's probably in his normal route. Some decent Krusty Krab RNG from Tower. One of the robots was a little far away, but it's not major time loss. And now Tower's going to be entering Dream. Let's see, I'm calling it. We got middle side Oil Gang. Let's see what side Tower is going to be doing. Also, I hope I didn't just say middle side. That was real. That would have been
middle side gang.
This some interesting sentence structure.
All right, no problem with the slide skip for Tower. So now I think he's just gonna do Oil and then Sandy Nut, and then he's done with Dream.
Yeah, both these guys do the early Tower slide route where you do Forbidden Weight. So Tower got the longer damage animation on his way up, so he knows he's not going to get it now, so he's just going straight into it. If you get the animation as you're coming up the blocks where SpongeBob like leans back a bunch, then you know that if you just go straight up to do the damage boost, you're going to get the long one. So Tower recognized that he was not getting the long. And it looks like Ringo's not going to get it either when he goes to do oil skip. Yeah, these damage animation cycles are weird. They're on like a global cycle, and there's only the one animation that's longer than all the other ones. It's really weird, but if you're not expecting it, it can throw off your timing for tricks like oil skip and sleepy skip if you get the long animation. Ringo gets oil skip first try, so pretty good dreams from both of them, assuming they both get Sandy Nut. Tower doing the little skydive for the fin. Alright, Tower's going into Marmolar now. This is a pretty chill segment for the most of it. I mean, there's some stuff that can still go wrong, but you don't generally see that for most people, besides maybe some issues in Security Tunnel. Tower gets the 1 frame damage boost at the start, save a little bit. Yeah, that's one of the less punishing 1 frames to go for.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to just get it and save like 2 seconds for free.
Let's see if either of these guys take it safe and take the Mermaid Man text box. We've seen some people in other races fall in this area. It's unfortunate when that happens and you don't get the Mermaid Man warp because you have to go all the way back to the start of the computer room. The Tower is going to play it safe and take the text box to get the warp to funnel machines. Only losing like a second by doing that. Yeah, other than the sea needles and other than one miss for a dilemma scope from Ringo, these runs have been pretty solid from both of them.
Yeah, they're playing like really consistently to each other too. Like the gap isn't really closing or, you know, gaining. It's kind of just staying in the same spot. So, I mean, hey, there's still, you know, like another half of the run to go. So anything could happen. But for now, both players are playing like very consistently. No mistakes, really.
Ringo opting to save a second over Tower by not taking the Mermaid Man. Which, if this goes as expected for Ringo, it shouldn't be a problem, but there's always that worry of falling off in this and losing a ton. It's pretty rare when that happens, though, so I don't expect to see it here. Ringo looking way over on shinies at this point in the game. That could come to help him out in late game. He's probably going to be able to skip some shinies that he might normally get in places like Jellyfish Fields. Yeah, Tower gets the Murmler slide skip first try. Now let's see how he reacts to the security. Ringo opting to do the slams in Towers of Power, saving like 0.4 seconds or something optimally. Interesting. And Tower with the pretty good security. Ooh, but the ARF dog messes up his bowling shot.
Alright, Ringo getting the slide jump as well. So Tower is like a tiny bit under 1500 shinies where he should be. Ringo is actually like way overkill right now.
Yeah. Tower might opt to get an extra stack of Tikis going into Guppy. He could either get the one behind Shady Shoals or get the one in the Ski Lodge by bowling that one. I think the one in the Ski Lodge is faster.
Yeah, I think it's a tiny bit faster, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and that's even assuming that you get the taxi pad skip going into Sand Mountain along with the shinies, which is pretty precise. Yeah, I'm not... Like, Tower knows better than we do where he is with his shot for late game. So he might opt to take the one here. No, he's gonna skip it. Yeah, he's gonna probably take the one in the lodge. Ringo also looked like had a pretty solid security tunnel. Tower gets the little slide with the sock safe. It's a little RNG strat. If the kids are out of the way, you can just slide right on past and go to the end of the little ice part right there.
There's nothing like the smell of bubbles in the morning. Smells like victory.
Yeah, I don't expect a whole lot to go wrong in Sand Mountain.
Yeah, I think Sand Mountain is kind of, you know, a free level for these guys, especially.
Yeah, there's some jumps you can do to like, and like some movement you can do that saves like, fractions of seconds, but it's pretty risky, I think. Like, I don't know, just me personally, I always prefer to take it safe in sections like these where it loses like minutes if you fall off.
Right.
Tower misses the bowling shot onto the Thunder Tiki from across the little arena. That's a relatively new strat, I'm pretty sure. It's been around a little bit. It's not the newest strat in the world. Nice little time save if you do get it though. So Tower changed his camera angle here. So I think, yeah, he's probably gonna take that shiny stuff. Which is probably a smart thing to do. He was, like, he had, like, exactly enough going into Sand Mountain. So it's probably good that he's taking a few extras here. And of course, by doing that, you can take the bus stop inside of Guppy Mound, so you don't have to switch in the ski to Sandy.
All right, Tower is not going to do the lasso stall right there. So, hey, this race is still like just as even as it was before. I'm telling you, nobody's losing any time. One person makes a little bit of mistake, they can just like make up that time with, you know, some movement optimizations and stuff, and then it's automatically like right back to where it was. So
yeah, this race, like the difference between these two runners has been about the same since they exited Jellyfish Field. So it's really impressive that they can keep their consistency this long.
Yikes! Looks like SpongeBob.
Tower is going to be entering an industrial park. There's not really a whole lot going on until phase 3. It's pretty much just rolling through the movements like usual.
Great
So Ringo is going to opt to do that lasso stall from the lodge. It's a couple seconds there.
That's the ticket.
Yeah, I think Ringo is a little bit ahead of Tower in terms of shinies. I don't know if Tower's exact count right now, but I think Ringo's a little bit ahead.
The robot better change tactics and fast.
Alright, so we got like 2 damage cycles between these two guys. Nothing actually too extreme. I think that there's spots in late game that Ringo can make time with if he has good movement that could maybe bring this race a little bit closer.
Yeah, I think it's still about a 40-second
What is Sandy going to do
difference.
to get SpongeBob on
Maybe not
Frozen?
quite that high. But yeah, there's definitely a lot that can happen in late game for Ringo to bring this back.
Look at that! The robot's made himself dizzy! That's the ticket! That hot goo could melt anything! Ooh, that's gotta sting!
Tower's taking an interesting approach to this. He's doing the lasso stall to keep the boxes falling, but he's just doing it off of the one Texas swinger in the center. I'm pretty sure that's... I don't think it loses time either way you do it, but I see a lot of people take the approach of going back and forth between 2 of the Texas swingers while RoboPats spin around.
SpongeBob will be back in the ring!
Yeah, I think it's just preference of like, you know, where your position is on the stage. He might just do it like that just so he's a little bit closer to the goo pit.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good reason why you'd do it there. Ooh, Ringo. There were no boxes in the center, I don't think, but he still wanted to get that fast animation skip on RoboPat's vomit cycle.
Ooh, that's gotta sting!
And Tower entering phase 3. Let's see how the manips go for him. We've been seeing about an even split, I think, between people who do Alex's versions and the manips versus... I don't know what they're called when you do them like in between those 2 platforms and around the center of the left side. I think it's...
Oh,
yeah, I don't
shift.
know. Yeah, is it the shift manips? And
Yeah, the one where you stand at like the very edge of the first platform is that's shift's manip.
yeah.
It is the most optimal. It allows for the most optimal manips if you get, you know, lucky with them, but Alex's manips are definitely way safer, especially for, you know, a race.
Yeah, again, it kind of comes down to practice or not practice, preference, and like how well you can read where RoboPat's gonna land. But
Right.
a lot of people in recent years using Alex's manips just for that consistency, so not really going for the optimal industrial. Tower got a pretty decent industrial park, I think.
All right, Ringo had a first good manip, so we'll see how his second manip is.
Tower's gonna enter rock bottom. Got the start of the cruise boosting segment, which is always fun to have being rock bottom.
Yeah,
Cruise
rock
boost
bottom
spots.
is a somewhat difficult level, I think, optimally. I think rock bottom can be one of the hardest ones for movement. It's got pretty strict thing.
I would venture to say it's probably the hardest level to be consistent at. Maybe this or Dutchman's Graveyard.
Yeah, Dutchman is also another one where it's crossing a lot of wide gaps and, you know, cutting corners pretty fast and doing some, you know, pretty quick movement. But
in levels like these, it's more about how consistent you are in general late game movement. and these kinds of tricks, whereas there's levels like Dream where they're more about just getting tricks in a row and you lose like consistent amounts of times if you miss it. Whereas with here, the time loss here in levels like Rock Bottom and Graveyard can just add up and it's pretty variable. Tower had a pretty good start. Ringo, it looked like, had a pretty clean ending to Indo, so he's not too far behind.
Yeah, Ringo's making up a little bit of time, actually. He's doing a lot better.
Tower having some issues getting to this painting over by the trampoline, but he gets up there. Not opting to go for the new Univa strat where you zoom in to get a better position after the spatula animation.
Ringo had a little bit of trouble with that cruise boost.
It's the wonky turnaround after Bubble Buddy. So we are going to see Sponge Museum from both of these guys. There are some different levels of strats that you can do towards the end of it, like what orders you get the paintings and the spatula in. But overall, I mean, they're not too far apart time-wise between each other. It's more of preference mostly, and how consistent you are with what strat. The tower makes it through the first wall pretty nicely. Ooh, opting to go for this teeter-totter setup. I think this might potentially be one of the slower variants, but it's not, like I said, it's not too much of a difference.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
Yeah, and if you're consistent with this, then it makes sense to go for it, I think. The Tower's museum is pretty clean.
Still probably about like a 40-second difference, I would say. Give or take some time.
Let's see how it goes for Ringo. Gets through the first wall. Tower's also coming up to sleep. See how this goes for him. Both of the runners opting to do the teeter-totter setup here. Oh, Ringo. Oh,
that's not good.
Okay, so he's... Oh, that was
Hit.
really weird.
That downwards momentum.
Yeah, for a long time
so
I didn't know what...
didn't know. I'm just gonna say, cruise boosting after you fall. If you have a cruise boost activated, downwards momentum is also stored as well as the forward momentum that you gain from the bubble bowl when you first actually activate a cruise boost. So, for some reason, there's still a level of lasers that you can get hit from even through the floor at the bottom of the museum. For some, I don't know why. It's just they're like underneath the floor, but the downwards momentum actually puts SpongeBob's model a tiny bit lower, which causes you to take damage there, and you can lose your cruise boost if you're not careful.
Tower with the first try BRC, but miss menus goes. Yeah. For a long time, I didn't understand why people took damage like Ringo did in Museum. It's like I was playing on Wii and practicing Sponge Museum. I was like, is this just a Wii thing? Like, why is this? I didn't understand the properties of the down. Tower having an interesting prawn skip.
He's not having a good time. I think he might have done this in a race before. That might have had. I can't remember who it was. Somebody else in a tournament match had some trouble with the prawn skip setup.
I feel like everybody's had days like these where you just get into a run and you go for prawn skip and miss it over.
Yeah,
it's the worst kind of feeling. Like you know where the trigger is, but you can't hit it correctly. And, So Tower's doing the route that he sort of popularized during this race, where you do kids first and death work back to the... Ringo getting BRC a reasonable number of. So yeah, Tower being smart and making sure to turn his camera far enough out so he doesn't get checkpointed out in the middle where that one post is with that checkpoint. It's by one of the volleyball nets. That's happened to me in a run the other day. It was so weird. I didn't even know you could get checkpointed in the middle of a spatula animation like that. The Tower is being smart, making sure that's not going to happen to him.
You've just met the Sponginator.
Sets up to skip the spatial animation.
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
Yeah, Ringo's still not very far behind him, but he's also doing sort of the older variation of Gulagoon with the death cycle. Looks like he opted to take a really safe strat going up the castle to get the Tiki. He just
Yeah, he didn't want
probably
to.
didn't feel like. He probably noticed, like, after he got the castle sock, because he didn't have enough distance with the cruise boost momentum to get from the one lip of the castle to the other. He probably thought his cruise boost was slow to take a save.
Oh, Tower, that's not good.
Oh,
He hit the goo. Yeah, he's gonna reload. I don't blame him. Oh, Ringo, that was a little sketchy.
that
He should
was
be able to cover this.
yeah, that was a good backup from him.
All right.
He's still gonna make this like. That was really unfortunate from Tower.
Again, just these little mistakes.
Yeah, he did the second time as well. He went for the strat where you do the spin before the jump so that you don't have to slam before hitting out of bounds. And I mean, in a race environment, like you probably want that little bit of time save, but honestly, when you're ahead like Tower is, it might not be the most worth it thing when
Right.
something like that can happen. Let's see if Tower realizes that, and let's see if he goes for rock skip. Looks like he is going to. He gets it first try though. Looked pretty consistent with it. Ringo also going for the slamless out of.
We love slamless, boys.
Yeah.
Tower going for Crab's boost, and he gets it. Wow,
Ooh.
okay.
It's
I see the
pretty clean.
flex.
Yeah, Tower's like, I got all these fast strats. I'm gonna bust out the Crab's boost and going for slamless and all that. He's looking. He might be a little bit behind on shinies, but I think the slide and jellyfish is gonna be enough to get him where he needs to be without having to bowl before going into kill. Ringo's
Yeah,
also
I'm not
going
sure
for.
he might have to bowl. Ringo going for a little. Okay, that angle was a little weird.
Yeah,
But it
I thought he
worked.
was gonna go for a method I saw Univa do where you jump onto a different rock to start off with, but he went onto the same rock from a different angle. But he got it, so it's all good.
Ringo also doing Crab's boost. Flex of his own.
Yeah. Do some strats to bring it back. Tower showing his consistency. Yeah, it's looking like from this slide, both of them are nice. They were about on even shiny pace going into jellyfish. And yeah, I don't think the difference has shifted at all for like the entirety of the run.
Yeah,
It
it's
still
just
looks
evening out every single time.
yeah, it still looks like it's the same difference between them. Ooh, Tower goes for the little animation skip on the. It saves like 3 seconds if you get it and misses about a second compared to just not going for it, but if you go for it and miss it. Tower going for the turnaround Wii strat does like a full 360 to make that jump. Not a whole lot to talk about in Kelp Forest. It's some pretty consistent stuff.
Yeah,
They're
Kelp
not-
is pretty self-explanatory. I doubt either of them are going to go for SCC either, so
Yeah, neither of them, I'd assume, do Sponge Swamp. We've seen it a few times. Not a whole lot. Ringo doing the front-facing leaf strat, saving a tiny bit of time over the strat Tower chose to do. In case you didn't know the leaf strat, what I've referred to it as for a while is basically just choosing to not go onto the cliff by the little leaf trampoline before you make the jump to the gate for the kelp vines. It saves like a small amount of time if you get it. Tower has one less sock than Ringo, so that means he's probably going to be going for a sock in Graveyard Lake, whereas Ringo doesn't have to do it. Assuming that Ringo does sock cycle and squid. Alright, Tower gets his cruise boost first. So the cycle should be pretty consistent for him to catch from what he's used to. Oh, that's unfortunate. He still
Commentators
has
curse.
that trumpet
Strikes
jump,
again.
dude. The trumpet's hitbox is really weird sometimes. He gets it the second time. I mean, he still has a pretty decent lead. It's just so kind of unfortunate. Ooh, he took it a little slow on that last tambourine. And when I see people going for that, it kind of looks like they're going to go for the slamless. But Tower opting to just play it safe. Pretty smart. Okay, Ringo missed 2 cruise boosts. If he has like optimal movement, he should still make the cycle.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. Yeah, he's definitely going to make it.
Yeah, 2 is the maximum that you can miss in this level before you have to reload or wait for this. And he still gets bounceless with that as well.
Ooh,
Oh, that was
Ooh.
really scary.
God.
He
Gave
might
me
have
a
been
heart
able
attack.
he might have been able to spin, but I think he was just freaked out that that was about to happen. Ooh, Tower, I think, realizing he was a little off cycle from what he was used to, the Graveyard Lake sock, decided to play it a little safe there. Yeah, like we said earlier in the run, Dutchman's is one of those levels. Your consistency is what matters most, and it's definitely possible for Ringo to bring this back if Tower makes some mistake. Ringo's also not going to have to go for the sock here, so he's going to make up a small amount of time compared to Tower. It's a first try pole boost. It's looking pretty solid. Tower did a little turn around and then realized he wasn't where he expected to be in terms of his camera angle and the way SpongeBob was facing.
Getting that squid boost first try.
Ooh, Ringo taking an interesting angle going to the ship here. I think that might be partly to manipulate the chuck and just play it safe with that, and maybe partly to... Oh, that's a little unfortunate, but he's going to land on the ship.
Oh, that's not good. He really needed to get that. I noticed that his angle was kind of off.
Oh, he knows the backup, though. Or at least I think he does. The little wall jump there. Oh, no, he's not taking... Okay, he still takes a pretty decent backup route. There's a backup strat you can do where you go on the platform with the sock and then jump straight over to that little area with all the robots. That's an interesting camera angle. Does he always get stuck there in his run?
That might have been an accident, honestly. I'm not sure.
I don't know,
Yeah,
usually...
Tower has a pretty sizable lead right now.
Yeah, Tower would have to make some pretty huge mistakes at this. Yeah, that fall from Ringo was one of the worst things that can happen in Graveyard Wake.
Yeah, for sure.
Gonna go for Boat Bash. Flexing it on us. Oh, nope.
It's gonna take the casual. I like how this is considered
Oh,
casual.
that was...
Okay, he didn't die. He didn't die. That's all that matters.
Oh, he's going the other way with it.
Oh, Ringo.
See, I've seen a couple people choose to fully turn around there when they get that. And sort of do shipwreck, skip from the other side. Gonna go for Boat Bash again. Doesn't quite get the jump as early as he needs it. Okay, this time... Oh, no.
Yeah, this old movement used to cause a lot of trouble for people back in the day. He gets it, though.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, he's gonna have to reload again.
Did he get the box? Can he jump in the box?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I think that little pause means it's over. The little pause before the warp. I don't like to see stuff like this.
They serve food here, yes.
That's the third missed Boat Bash. Cut out a little bit on my end.
And here we are, folks, the main event.
Alright, the Tower, it looked like his graveyard was pretty...
Yeah, Tower's gonna be wrapping things up here.
Tactics and fast.
Should be finishing with like a low 59.
Yeah, pretty solid time in a race. We've seen a lot of people getting 59s. Oh, he's gonna do brain surgery for the fans. See, Tower cares about...
If he got that cruise boost first try, oof.
Will SpongeBob be able
Alright,
to
attempt number 2.
the giant robot's brain?
Ringo got hit by the chuck, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I think he's given up. I don't like seeing this from people. But... Ooh, Tower almost falling off. Alright, here we go. Now he's got his rhythm going with brains. Looks like Ringo's still trying to close it out though, that's good. Tower finishes 59-23.
59-23, final time. Ringo's gonna finish things out here too.
Yeah, I don't remember how many mistakes Tower made. There was like the C needle, which was a couple of seconds. There was Gulagoon, the bash after hitting the hammer bot. And then I don't think there were many mistakes until maybe late game. I'm not entirely sure where. Prawn skip, I think, was the only other thing.
Prawn skip, yeah. It was the main issues for Tower, I think, were ETG, prawn skip, and just also getting hit and having to reload during Jellyfish Fields. But other than that, I think everything was pretty much fine for his run.
Yeah, pretty solid. It's about the level of consistency that we like to see. Looks like Ringo's still trying to finish. Not sure if we're gonna get an interview from Tower until Ringo finishes. I think we should probably wait for that.
Yeah. Ringo's probably going to end up finishing this with, I'd say, about like a 102, like a 102.30, 102.40.
Yes. I mean, there were some really unfortunate things in late game, but I don't know. Ringo's definitely a good player. I don't know.
Yeah,
We've
for sure. Minor mistakes that kind of just kept adding up.
I feel really bad for Ringo. I feel like this has happened a lot to him in this tournament. Yeah, he's gonna go for normal brain to finish it out. Tartar sauce skip though. Oh, he goes the other. No. Can you recover this? I don't even.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
I don't even know if you can recover this.
Yeah, you can definitely recover this.
Some nice casual gameplay.
I wanna see him do it.
See, I've never done the brain casually.
What?
Okay.
I swear you could recover that. I thought you could.
I guess he expected a trampoline to spawn there. Didn't.
Alright, so this is gonna be like a low 103.
Yeah, Ringo kind of fooling around a little bit at the end, but
Yeah, he's gonna finish with about like a 103.09.
I don't know, not that bad, considering what happened to him. So it looks like Tara, being the winner of this race, is going to go on to face Pixelated Chaos, who he beat in winners round 1. So they're going to have a rematch in losers semis. And Ringo, unfortunately, is going to be out. We got a double cam going on here. Gonna get an interview from Tower, maybe.
Possibly? I have no idea.
I don't know if Ringo is still here.
Yo, what's up, Tower?
Hey, Jared. Hey, guys. Hey, Curtis.
Congratulations, Tower.
Yeah, congrats on your win, man.
Thanks. It was a pretty good run. Decent.
Yeah, they're just like a few kind of shaky mistakes on both sides.
Yeah, like in Gulagoon, I got like really nervous.
Yeah, I could tell that the nerves were kind of kicking in for the bash over to the second sponge glide.
Yeah.
I could just tell that you didn't want to drown, and I mean I don't blame you. That would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have.
Yeah, I respect the safe shots though.
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure you didn't fall off. And
We're
I
going to be
respect.
moving on to the semifinals.
Yep.
Pixel.
Good run from Ringo as well.
Yeah, Ringo did pretty good. That run, for most of that run, the difference between you guys was like pretty. It was actually like the same amount of time different for a lot of that run.
Yeah, it was like
Like
40
you-
to 50 seconds of a difference, like the whole entire time up until Graveyard.
Yeah.
So either way, yeah, that was
Close
that was
run.
that was a good race.
Yeah.
So you nervous for your semifinals match? That's the question.
I'm gonna get more nervous when I rematch Jack. That's what I'm nervous for.
Yeah, you get
To be
the
honest.
rematch with Pixel, and then if you beat him, you get the
Yeah.
rematch with Jack. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So I guess Jared couldn't make the, or not Jared, Ringo couldn't make the interview.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Well, either way, that was a good race. Thank you both
Yeah,
for
had a good time.
participating. Obviously, congrats to Ringo for making a run in the tournament. Either way.
Yeah, he made it pretty far. He's definitely a real runner.
Yeah.
Ringo's a fantastic player for sure. No doubt about it. But yeah, so at some point within the next week, probably we'll have the semifinals match to decide who will go on to face Jack in the losers finals. And then we'll be wrapping up the tournament after that. So, we're getting pretty close to the end.
Oh yeah, it's coming up.
All right, so I think we're going to head to intermission now.
Thanks you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoy it. Obviously, another thanks to GSA for hosting for us. We appreciate it. And yeah, we're going to send
Thank
this
you
off
for
to
having
intermission.
us.
See you guys.
Later.